is James T coming at you from a top secret location here in Texas. What's happening? Today I want to talk to you about my latest acquisition, that being a Springfield XD, a subcompact 9mm. I want to show you how it came. First of all, we've got a selection of goodies here. Just to talk about the accessories first, you've got a magazine holder just for your belt. I'll probably never ever use one of those ever in my entire life, but whatever. Speed loader for the magazines, just push down on it, pop the bullets in, good to go. You also get a little holster here too. It's one point of contact. I think it's a pretty decent holster. It does the job, and it's pretty small. I like a lightweight holster myself. Okay, now the interesting thing about this, never really seen a gun come with too much of this, but okay, so here's the gun itself. Of course, check it for safety, nothing in there. Great, okay. So it comes with the compact mag, which holds 13 rounds. It's a pretty high capacity for a compact mag. It makes me pretty happy about that. At my Ruger SR9C is only a 10 round mag. I still like that gun a little bit better, but that's what's up. So once again, with the 13 round mag, it also comes with a, I believe it's a 16 round mag. It could be more than that. Let me check. Let me pull the sleeve up here. Yeah, 16 round mag. And it's got the little sleeve just like the SR9C's got to make it seem like it's like a longer gun. You know? So that's kind of add a little bit to the gun there. There you go. So that's a 16 round magazine. And then this baby actually came with the infamous 32 round mag. And I've just posted a video on YouTube double tapping with this magazine so you can see. I mean, it really, you got to keep pulling the trigger and this thing finally runs out of bullets. It's great. It gets me pretty excited. Anyway, back to the gun. I'll put the short mag in here. That's how I generally like to keep them. I'm a big fan of subcompact guns, or just compact guns in general. And the reason being is because, oh shit, I don't have really big hands. In fact, I've got kind of small hands. They're not huge. They're dirty because I just went to the range and was cleaning it. But don't have really huge hands. So a small gun like this, I mean, it's perfect for me, you know. It's got a beaver tail safety, like a 1911 would. I didn't know how I'd feel about this first. I've shot a 1911 before, but never owned one, and never really got used to the beaver tail safety. It's not too obtrusive, but it's not normal for me either, so it kind of messes me up. But of course, you also have the passive safety here in the trigger, just like the SR9C's got. Well, my Ruger, I like to compare this gun to. See how, let me see if I can get a good look. See how there's a little bit coming up in front of the trigger before it gets there? That's passive safety right there as well. There is no standard safety on this weapon. Not to my knowledge anyway. I do like it though. It's a fairly simple gun. It's very few components, very easy to use. The magazine release on this is ambidextrous, although it seems a little less accessible from the left-hand side than the right. Takedown is a breeze. It's very simple. You basically just use this little guy right here, cock it back. Now you got, in order to cock it all the way back, you got to keep the beaver tail down though, so that kind of makes it a little difficult. But cock it back, lock it in like such. Then once it's locked in, take that little guy, flip it up, release the slide, pull forward just a little bit, pull the trigger, and from there you can do it. Okay, so there you go. Now you get your pieces, real easy. Put your spring, put your barrel, and you're basically field stripped at this point in time. You can put it back together just as fast. No sweat on this. Once again, lock, pull that little sucker down, good to go. Okay, so what else can I say about this gun? Okay, it does have a very short barrel. I think it's like a 2.5 inch barrel if I had to guess. Personally, that doesn't really affect the accuracy with me too much. I think the sights though, let me look at, I know I'm pointing once again. Safety check, right? I'm going to point this at my face for a second for the good of the camera here. But the sights they look a lot like the old SIG sights. Don't point it right at my face. They look a lot like the old SIG sights where you've got a big blocky front sight and two big blocky back sights, and they do alright for target acquisition, but I think, you know, if they slimmed up the front sight a little bit and brought these, because this isn't a long range pistol, you know, it's going to be a very short range pistol. So I think if they brought the rear sights in a little bit together, like, you know, pushed it together closer and then kind of thinned this out a little bit, it'd give you a great sight picture. Because see all that extra space in there? Just look in there. That's the difference between shooting a foot left and a foot right. I mean, maybe even more than that. I mean, I'm just being naive, but I think the sight should be slimmed up just a little bit more for the sake of proper target acquisition. Anyway, the trigger on this gun is really nice. It my girlfriend doesn't shoot guns very much, but I always have her dry fire all the guns that might be hanging around for self-defense, so she can at least get a feel for them. And I say it's like the Cadillac of triggers, like, because I don't know, have you ever sat in a Cadillac, you feel like plush and comfy, like that's like the plushest, most comfy trigger there is. Really kind of different than anything I've ever really experienced. Let's see, the serrations on this gun are good. I'm always big on serrations. That's one of my pet peeves when it comes to any pistol, is the serrations, because I've had a lot of pistols that have really deep, sharp, like tough serrations, and yeah, well, you really want to be able to get a good grip, but there's a difference between enough and too much. And I think, for instance, one of the last guns I did, the Taurus PT92, it's just a little sharp, but these here are very subtle. The slide itself is not difficult to pull back, so no sweat there. So that's the gun right there. Boop. Hello. Can't really see too well with this garbage video that I'm taking here, but either way. So, let's see, is there anything else I haven't reached yet? Well, I'll tell you what. There's no bullet indicator. Well, there might be a bullet indicator now. I think that's it, right there. Live round indicator. That's pretty common with these little subcompacts. My Ruger's got one as well. And this gun here, let's see if there's anything else notable about it. The checkering on the grips is okay. It's polymer, so not a big deal. Oh, also, this gun has an accessory rail. It's very, very small. My Ruger's got one that's longer than this, and my Ruger's actually a little bit, well, lengthwise it's not smaller, but just altogether it's smaller. This is actually one of the shortest compact 9s to exist at this point in time, but its blockiness sort of makes up for the shortness, or at least doesn't really compensate for it. Once again, I really do like this gun though. I would carry it if given the option to do so. It's a nice small gun, and the best part about it, like I said, is that usually these small guns have like a 10 or an 8 round mag. This has a 13 round mag, and that really does kind of level it out. You could carry a big ass Glock, in 45 and have the same amount of bullets, and this is much more concealable, smaller to put away. Let's see. I think that's just about it for this one, guys. Let me know if you have any questions. I will, of course, be here. Thank you. And once again, be cool.